arrived here on May the 9th, 7:30 in the morning, and we were brought up to the United Methodist Church parking lot where we set up to serve our first meal. And coming into town, it was just total destruction, debris scattered every place.
I came the last week of May. I came into town following the other head cook, and I lost my way in here because there was no street signs, there was no structures left that you could determine where you were, and I realized that I was lost. I didn't know if I was going to find my way out or not. There was no words to describe all the rocks and rubble and tin that was around. And I came to the United Methodist Food Trailer to help cook for all the residents and volunteers that are here.
I just feel like God has given us so much hope. God makes such a total difference. Even in the storm, we were in our basement, and incredible peace during the storm. Just felt like God was right there with us. And I was praying. I was on my knees asking the Lord to put his angels around my house. And my house was sort of standing. It's been bulldozed since then. But it's wonderful to have a sense of community, and even as we come back together on Sundays and know that God has not forgotten us.
My family is one of the very fortunate ones to have our house survive. We live right over here in that red trailer house. And we got it all fixed up now.
So this woman came in yesterday whose home was completely destroyed. She's in her 70s. FEMA put her in one of their RVs. It's about, a typical trailer about like this, over in Pratt. And then one day they told her she shouldn't be there, that she's no longer eligible or was never eligible for FEMA assistance, and that she needed to get out, and that they would charge her for the use of their trailer. And so she had to go rent a house to live in and get out. And I don't know, and she didn't either, why she wouldn't be FEMA eligible. Well, and another thing, I've heard several people tell me that FEMA has turned them down, SBA has turned them down, and then somebody comes and tells them, well, we always turn you down several times, so you need to keep applying, and eventually we will give you aid. And you're thinking, why would you do that to somebody at the worst time of their life? Would you give them, jerk them around like that? Either you're eligible or you're not. Why would you make someone jump through hoops to get assistance when they're homeless and desperate?
Three of us, Jerry and Nancy, and I have a colleague from Arkansas who's talked and talked and talked about several thousand trailers from FEMA down in Arkansas just sitting there that's intended for the Katrina area. And seriously, if I'm not trying to be facetious here, but if they're available and people need them here, could they be used here?
In fact, some of them from Hope, Arkansas, I believe.
All of the mobile homes are from Hope. The smaller units that you'll see, and we're going to take a tour over there, are from Louisiana.
So the construction has been underway with utilities, and you have to bring in the entire infrastructure of an area like that, so it does take some time.
Two of us went to go meet with the FEMA representative, and after meeting with him, it seemed like things were okay and that we were going to be allowed to do our work. But while those two were meeting with the FEMA representative, the rest of us, the three of us that were outside the trailer, were approached by a police officer from the Olathe Police Department named Ty Motor, who immediately recognized me and pulled me out of a crowd of people that were near the FEMA trailers. Told me to follow him and keep my hands in my pockets and where they could be seen, and that I was being detained. In about 30 seconds, we were surrounded by about 20 police officers from various agencies. At that point, we were told that we were no longer allowed to be in the city, that we were banned from the city, and that they couldn't figure out how we got in anyway because every checkpoint had photos of us and that they weren't supposed to let us in. We kept telling them that we just drove in and that we were given a placard to even drive around the city freely throughout the day. And at this, he seemed kind of infuriated. They searched our car and they ran our IDs. The judge was basically ordering no bail for anyone, and that there actually was a chance, in the words of Police Officer Motor, that we could be disappeared within the system. So we were loaded back in the car, and we were escorted out of town by 3 police cars and told not to come back.
What's most inspiring is the spirit of the people in Greensburg. From day one, we have felt blessed. You see the attitude while you're here. So, people's attitude's very positive. We're not just taking things for granted. We're involving high school students, elderly folks, business leaders, community leaders in a long-term planning process. So a green community, face it, we're going to have to in the United States become more environmentally friendly, but we can show the way.